case, it's Overpass. And a very, very one-sided matchup, at least on paper, but maybe something interesting awaits. Kev, let's see how this one pans out. TYLOO definitely looking to pick up the victory, and a quick one at that to get over the line 2-0 today.
Yeah, starting off the CT side as well. This is where we saw so much of that dominance against Vici Gaming as well. It is just going to be that single player, which is going to be Summer. That's going to be peering over to mid, but it's actually going to be a slow progression through Underpass for now. But Summers are actually picked off already Olivia, so even though they are just slowly progressing forward, I don't know, they just don't have any map control at this moment, and Summer.
Well, Summer does like to do this on the pistol rounds. You're always going to see him floating around in that connector in a round like this. 1 for 1 for him. Actually, 2 for 1, in fact, in the end. He's gotten a couple, and that's not too disappointing at all.
Yeah, so just a slow fight. So KNTZ actually comes out on top of that one, but there's already a flank coming in from somebody, as you do, and he's going to spot the bomb in Underpass. He's also going to see how many people that he can find. He's playing very patiently, I must say. And how's the bomb up there? Wait, what? Okay, no. I thought it was closer towards the lower part of mid, but it looks like it's towards upper connector, and it's all down to STK.
Oh, okay. Well, pretty crisp shots coming out from somebody in the pistol round. TYLOO will be feeling happy with that. It's not necessarily a win condition, I don't think, for TYLOO, but it certainly is going to make it a faster win if you've got players hitting headshots like Summer and somebody were able to do in that pistol.
So interesting to note is that for TYLOO, the average amount of rounds lost in victories on Overpass is 4.5.
How many of those games are against Vici, by the way?
Probably a lot.
2 or 3 at least, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, these nades are doing a lot of damage as well. This is looking like a very systematic shutdown as TYLOO just looking to kind of assert the dominance nice and early on.
Olivia's not able to get too much done in Playground. To be fair, we're not expecting much from Beyond Esports in this one. Just the Glocks coming out for them. It's a save, and they'll look to buy the AKs next round. TYLOO are not having any problems at all just yet. And maybe that'll change when we do see the guns in the hands of Beyond. But look, to be honest, if I had to give my prediction, I'm not imagining that it will.
Geez, that was a long time ago that they've actually played Overpass against each other. So this was about back in the Asia Minor in 2019. That was probably Alpha Red at that stage that was able to take the victory 16-8. So we're really having a throwback here. So Beyond Esports definitely need to bring something quite special or exceptional to be able to break the CT side. And it all starts with the first round here. Out comes the AKs. As we said, normally the incendiary grenade and the smoke grenade to follow up as Beyond taking fast playground control. Only a single player in KNTZ looking just to hold off any B-side aggression for now. But you can see TYLOO just as double stack and unders for now. Short control should be coming out from them relatively soon as well. As soon as they get the short control, they'll float these members back up. And Beyond might be actually able to find the opening right now.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting what TYLOO have done, but they should be starting to get a awareness of the timing now that Beyond, if they had crept up long, would be starting to probe towards the A bomb site, start to float a bit of info player back across, and that Summer, who does get picked off, it's going to cause the rotation from a couple of the TYLOO players, but they have sent slowly quite far forward. He's got control of short water. He's even looked in toward T-spawn, so no rotation coming across yet from Beyond. TYLOO are gambling towards the A bomb site for now, which is fine. But they need to be aware that once that timer starts to tick away, Beyond may have actually just fallen back and are starting to rotate. So he's going to spot them. 46 seconds on the clock. Could still go wrong for Beyond here.
I think they're doing the right thing, though. After that nice and early pick, Slowly actually isn't over-aggressing, though, which is a nice little thing. But he's actually smoked himself off short at the moment, which is a big danger. Might actually force Beyond just to slow down a little bit. They are making a bit of noise now, but I don't think Slowly's heard this just yet. He's going to be guarding more towards his B site. He's got only one player with him, which is going to be somebody. Out comes the smoke just to guard off the site, and Slowly has a lot of work to do, and he's going to be cleaned up by QQ. That's 2 for him in the round already.
Yeah, a bit of a roughie for Slowly there with the MP9. Somebody could deny the bomb plan. He's sitting on top of the smoke, looking for even more, though. Has spotted QQ, and he's going to get that frag drops down, but jumping in accuracy isn't going to help him out too much there. STK trades it well. And this is a tough one for Attacker and Danking to really make happen. Myrolls, he's pretty much shut the round down there. And I think that'll be that. Danking is continuing to fight here, but he's going to lose the M4 in the end.
That's great stuff coming out from Beyond. Just nice and early on, just contact play working out for them. And that's exactly how you can sometimes exploit some of these setups that TYLOO do throw in. And great stuff from QQ. Sure, MP9 at close range, but to clean up so crisp like that as well, it's kind of showing that Beyond are ready to come in and really take on TYLOO at this stage. It's now up to TYLOO to respond. Summer's actually got the AWP, not Dan King, which is pretty fascinating if you ask me. Could have been a spawn. He is going to be looking to get control of the party area. No aggressive utility being used this time around as the T's have managed to make their way out.
That's a good start for Summer. Interesting that it is Summer taking the AWP, although we have seen Summer in his heyday as a bit of an AWP fella himself.
I mean, all of TYLOO can pick up the AWP. That's what makes it really scary sometimes, is that, I mean, I feel like I've even seen Slowly actually take the AWP sometimes as well and actually find some success with it.
Yeah, definitely not as often as some of the other guys.
No, but you occasionally do see it in his hands. I've seen Attacker as well on the T side, just running up with an AWP and just getting picks here and there. Just such an interesting roster where that secondary AWPer can depend on who's filling it, where that position is floating. Look, this time Beyond is a man down. They don't have control of the A site. They're going to try this contact B site play again. Attacker playing anti-flash and Slowly actually playing that contact at Monster Pipe. But Beyond this time not really selling anything means that all this utility is going to be dropped at the perfect time by TYLOO. And Beyond have to force the agenda. Has to be some great flashbangs through Monster Pipe just to blind Slowly. And they still have to deal with Attacker as well, who is once again playing anti-flash. 4 people from TYLOO over here. Has to be some great entries coming out.
A lot of utility in the back pocket for Beyond, which doesn't look like it's going to end up getting used. A couple of the mollies get thrown in. Now you're seeing some stuff fly across. But that's not good at all. MP9 spray down for Attacker, and it's a double kill. Olivia, 1 on 3. He won't be able to get anything done. And TYLOO respond very well. Beyond did pick themselves up 1 round, but very quickly TYLOO just says, well, we're the big guys here, and it's not going to be quite as easy as you think it is. So, good immediate response from TYLOO, keeping 3 guns alive. Money starts to build a little bit on that CT side, which they do need. It's quite a long road there. Down to pistol buy for Beyond.
I guess here's the problem right now for Beyond is that, okay, they've tried the contact play out a couple of times and a single flashbang's not good enough. Can't just bail on the A site control if it's a single flashbang that just pushes you far back. As Dan King's the one that AWP this time around.
Well, very Danking-esque to be trying to push aggressively with the AWP and make the plays. Even taking that repick.
Look how TYLOO are playing around this, though. It's like instantly they're moving somebody over. So he's just like roaming around at this stage. He's actually spotted out the head of Olivia. Might be a bit of trouble here. The 3T is going to be clearing out long A bathrooms instead. But somebody, of course, is going to be attacking this. And that's a great shot from Olivia, but unfortunately he's lost a lot of his teammates, and they still don't have any control right now.
Yeah, it's more than acceptable of a result so far for TYLOO if they get over the line with only 1 gun lost, which it seems they might. Bit of a messy spray from Attacker, but he is able to regain control of it eventually. And that's exactly what TYLOO needs to be doing. Easy, comfortable round victories over Beyond.
I feel like sometimes just watching TYLOO play, it's not a question about, like, oh, this player needs to pop off and perform. It's just a question of which one is actually going to pop off and perform. That's what makes TYLOO so scary for me at the moment, is like, you know there are games that Slowly do well. There are games where Dan King just decides to drop a 20 on an AWP. There's nothing you can do. And then you got to deal with Attacker and Summer, the veterans. And then maybe somebody will drop a 30 against you because he's feeling like peak somebody. How do you even get past all of that? I can't say that for Beyond. That's the issue at the end of the day. Bit more of a scatter default this time around. It's actually going to be a boost over at Unders just to peer over into short water. They are going to be spotting out KNTZ as the smoke fades. And somebody just pushes straight forward. Of course, there's a bit of presence over at Unders right now, but Summer's going to be locking this down right now. No utility is going to be pushed out. Finally, they do manage to get a pick, but still so tricky to make inroads in here.
Yeah, just unfortunate timing, really, for Summer, isn't it? But now things are going to have to slow down a little bit for Beyond. They'll have to go back and retrieve the bomb. Dan King's watching. case anyone tries to work their way toward A. Really running the clock down a lot in these T-side rounds, aren't they?
Yeah, but the problem is like the rounds that actually work out for them a lot better is when they actually have map control. Right now, there's zero map control whatsoever. And this is the problem, right? When DanKing and TYLOO have this aggressive A-site control, it means their B-site players are very confident in sitting in this position. They don't have to worry about rotations. All they have to do is worry about these contact plays. And you can see they're geared up for this right now. It's going to be 2 one-on-one aim deals at the moment. And it just really depends on who comes out on top. Out comes a Molotov. Shadow spotted out first and slowly...
Can't really slow peek around that corner. It's always going to give away your position before you are able to really do a whole lot about it. You're going to get your head pumped off. So, I mean, it's really not looking like it's too difficult at all at the moment for TYLOO. And they're kind of throwing a little bit in there, you know, this kind of boost. They're doing a little bit. They're not sort of just cruising through this one, TYLOO, which is, again, what we heard from the interview.
I mean, not just yet. I'd say probably if they're about 8-1 up, 9-1 up, you'd probably be seeing somebody doing some random somebody pushes eventually. But this is a bit of a difference now. You can see TYLOO actually starting to get a bit more aggressive on this A side of the map. You didn't see them push forward before, but somebody, I said 8 or 8-1 or something like that, but he's already started. And this is the problem. Now you've got to deal with his aggression. That's even more map control that's been lost for you at this stage. He's all the way in playground, clear this entire area out, and he's just going to be sitting here chilling. They're trying to play contact up through connector and through bathrooms. They don't realize how much control they've lost, and they still have to deal with DanKing.
Which is not going to be a particularly easy task when they only have pistols.
No, especially at these angles. That's a great shot from Olivia, though, and that's actually a big opener, but that said somebody. Are they covering off the rear position? It looks like they are watching flank. There you have it. Some great punishment coming out from beyond, and this is all of a sudden a round that maybe they didn't have any business in winning.
Well, it's not over yet, Kev, for TYLOO. They've still got a couple of players alive, and they've got 2 of them toward the A bomb site, which does look like it's going to be where Beyond will commit to. TYLOO just needs to ensure that they don't make a mistake here and give another pick over. For now, if we've got 2 players, a crossfire established on the A bomb site, it is still defendable. Attacker hasn't given up his position at all yet, and Summer's actually going to just start floating across. He's going to bait Attacker a little bit here. That's fine. Attacker's pretty comfortable in finding these kills, finding these fights. He does fall to Myrolls, though, who did not have any armor. But Summer didn't give away his position until the perfect time. Catches Myrolls off guard. Olivia as well. And Bomb Plant now has to go down. Summer's going to push forward, try to deny that, and he does just that. 6-1 the scoreline. TYLOO, they do only go away with a couple of the guns there, but to be honest, from where it was, it's still nice to just get over the line in that round.
Good stuff from Beyond to actually get some work done with the Deagles, and that's exactly the difference between a TYLOO that shuts you out of the rounds. Once again, it's all down to this bathrooms control right now. That said, TYLOO, that's something that you didn't see before. Normally, you expect someone just to keep swinging from that position, but he falls back to safety. He waits for the flashbang to come through for his teammate. If there was a re-engagement on that angle, it would be very difficult for Olivia to actually win that with a flashbang. So he committed to the flash, didn't work out. And here we are into another buy round for Beyond, where they've taken a lot of utility damage nice and early on.
Ooh. Somebody hasn't seen STK, but he's making a fair bit of noise.
Just once again, one of those times where Beyond, they're forced to use so much utility nice and early on. And Olivia just cops a huge damage. He cops a shot through the smoke as well, which is just never a good thing. And it's just individual utility that's trying to get Olivia into these positions at the moment. He's actually throwing the flashbangs and trying to get posted up with the AWP. That's never an ideal thing at the end of the day. Now with 50 seconds left, a couple of players tagged down low. TYLOO still has so much defensive utility right now. They are grouping back up for a B side here, but with all this utility, at the very least, they've drawn somebody away.
Well, the thing is that Beyond isn't actually really putting that much pressure onto TYLOO early in the round. They're just sort of working their way around the map. Going to be a push onto the B bomb site here, and KNTZ is fully blind to QQ's flash. It's going to make it easy for Slowly. Somebody and Attacker all getting involved in the round. The only one to miss out was DanKing. It's a victory by committee so far today for TYLOO.
But you just once again look at how they take map control. It's like TYLOO aren't doing it by doing random pushes outside of somebody occasionally. It is very much, all right, if we've lost this part of map control, let's use this utility, flashbangs. They commit one person who's on. So Summer, he was actually the one probing through bathrooms alongside with Dan King, clearing it out. By the time they're beyond through this utility, they knew it wasn't a fake because all the bathrooms had been re-engaged and re-cleared.
Yep.
So they're looking to maybe get a little bit of presence in the unders once again, but this is so one-dimensional with this 4-1 split. But looks like TYLOO caught off a little bit off guard, and Beyond really need to accelerate the pace before any of these TYLOO members can rotate onto the site. Need to be careful of jump up, and attack is going to be coming straight out through there.
And he's going to be going straight out of the server as well, Kev. Just gets banged out by my rolls. It's a bit more like it from Beyond Esports, some sharp shots, but they don't want to let Slowly get into this kind of a mood. He really thrives under the pressure, and he's a very good clutch player, already 2 down, but I mean, this is nearly an impossible task for Slowly. He's looking desperately for maybe a smoke even, but he's not going to find one. He's got the AK in hand, has to get on the aggressive, has to try and play quickly here. And he spotted QQ out, but that timer is certainly ticking away. And Beyond will inevitably win this round. KNTZ does drop. Slowly might think that's still QQ. And he's not aware that QQ's behind him. But he actually does a fair chunk of damage to Beyond there, to be honest. It was a 4-on-1, gets 3 players down. Got to give him some credit.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you just got to look at it. 3 rifles being taken away from the economy for the T's to play with. It's
Which was
just
already quite rough.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that said, though, you look at TYLOO, they don't have much money either. So Beyond have definitely been doing some damage. They've been doing some good work on this T side. And if they're able to get maybe 4 or 5, then you can see, yes, they've definitely got a great chance to get their way back into this. Olivia's got the AWP once again. But look at this aggression coming out from Summer. He's just pushed straight forward.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a good quick flick, though, from QQ. Certainly was caught off guard, but I guess that's the benefit of the AK. Can dig you out of those sort of sticky situations with a bit of raw aim. So, good start. TYLOO wanted to do something a bit tricky. They don't have a great buy here. Hasn't worked out for them. No, surely not with the AWP, somebody. Oh! He was almost prepared for Olivia on the angle. Attacker's going to give it a crack now as well. Surely you don't do that. I mean, Olivia's just watching it. He sees the AWP just disappear. He's like, oh, I wonder what's going on here.
I mean, it's a good flash as well, though. You got to look at it at the end of the day, and it's some good rounds coming out from Olivia now, who's starting to pick up some confidence with the AWP. All down to Dan King, who's got the AWP of his own, but 1v5, come on, you cannot be doing that. He still gets a leg onto KNTZ.
Yeah.
But he definitely wasn't expecting that AWP to come out from another TE player from Beyond Esports. So now TYLOO forced onto the eco, and Beyond have earned themselves a bit of a reprieve. I say only a little bit of a reprieve because we saw what happened in one of the previous rounds where they can still incur a lot of damage against TYLOO.
Yeah, it's a round that could have very much gone a different way. TYLOO, if they would have started off with the pick from Summer. And even somebody, you know, that peek onto short that he did lose against Olivia might have at one point gone his way. He certainly seemed like he was on point. But look, at the end of the day, TYLOO, you reap what you sow. They've had a couple of rounds that have not gone their way, and they've had a few rounds that have been a little bit too close. So the money does trickle down, and they'll have to take a save here. Looks like they'll only take a single save, I guess. If it was going to be a double eco, they probably would have forced in anyway. So, see what TYLOO does end up going for here. They've given up the B bomb site completely, just decided to try and stack A. Which is unfortunate because Beyond have walked into B.
Yeah, Slowly's got in a pick though, so don't know once again how much that's going to change, but once again, if the USBs are able to just get a little bit of damage done, it's always a good thing. Just choose and kind of gets rid of the economy of that T side before it can build up. But if Beyond are able to keep these 4 weapons alive, no need to challenge from these angles.
Olivia's starting to get warmed up a little bit, and he's really a win condition for Beyond. Someone that we've seen struggle with form over the last 3 months.
Oh, that's not damage you want to... No, that is not damage you want to be taking, though. dropping 2 rifles at the very end over there. 1 to the bomb explosion. That is going to be an ace from Olivia against the USPs. We're struggling a little bit on the shots to heaven there, but if he's able to continue at the very least that what we saw in the buy round, and definitely a chance for Beyond, because this round from TYLOO is actually quite rough. And all of a sudden, TYLOO, 7-1 lead, might actually bleed out into maybe a 6-9 half at the moment. Not as if Beyond don't have a chance to actually put a couple more T rounds on the board, especially with the CT economy being this rough. It is going to be that short take once again. We might be seeing a bit of a bloodbath. The boost is going to come out again. But Maya rolls. He's aware of it.
Oh, is he aware of this big push into short water? It really goes quite nicely in the end for Myrol. Someone tried to trade him down, but it ends up having to fall onto Slowly to do that work. In the meanwhile, TYLOO have been losing players all over the maps. It's a critical one for Attacker to win, though. And he can keep control of the B bomb site for now, at least.
Doing the right thing, though. They know there's going to be 1 CT there. It's just a question of whether or not they can pick off somebody who is going to be probing over to the long A area. Might be a bit of a case of ring around the rosy right now. Attack is going to be making his way onto the site just as the execute's going to commence. But they're going to hear somebody pushing straight forward. They're going to identify that, and somebody's going to go down to the grave. So Beyond will, well, I mean, I say should be able to take another round, surely.
Well, you never know. Attacker's a pretty good fella sometimes in these 1-on-3s, but just trying to creep through the smoke's not going to work this time. And Beyond have really done well to put together a pretty respectable T side now. It's taken a bit to get rolling. They were down 7-1, but they've broken the CT economy now a couple of times, and they're reaping the benefits for that. It's the second time that we've seen a boost from TYLOO, and this time Beyond have adapted to it. Danking is punished.
I think a good thing from seeing from this as well is that Beyond are definitely individually here to play again. That's always a positive thing to be seeing. But how are TYLOO going to now counter-adapt, I guess, is the real question. So TYLOO should recognize, all right, these boosts, whatever they're playing at the moment, not going to work out. Should be somebody going down here nice and early on. He's playing very far forward. A flashbang, if one is thrown, should be able to catch him. It's just a dry contact play. SDK makes it work.
It's pretty risky sometimes, particularly against a player the caliber of somebody. The rest of TYLOO has taken quite a lot of map control, though, and you can see that. Danking's pushing through Playground. Summer at the top of Connector. Attacker in bathrooms, and Slowly is the one that's watching long, but he's going to allow Beyond to progress quite far up long before he actually spots them. Danking really is going to be the make or break. He's decided to turn around Slowly. Probably needs at least one here, but Danking's caught KNTZ. How many can Slowly get? That's the major question. Just one, but it's still back to 3-on-3, and Danking has an AK. Summer's got a pick now with the Deagle as well. It's 2-on-3, and Beyond Esports are going to have to put that bomb down. Summer takes the head off of Olivia, and all of a sudden, the good work that was done by Beyond is now in the Beyond, because TYLOO have won themselves an eco.
I mean, that's not an eco. That's just the Deagle coming out from TYLOO, which is just so lethal all the time. It's just, all right, good job. You've killed somebody. Oh, you've got rid of Slowly. He's only taken one. And then Summer's just gone, yep, hey, it's me, your boy Summer.
Yep.
That is disgusting. I think that was just 3 1-digs in a row. Yep. Oof. 3 1-digs in a row from Summer. Yeah. 3 bullets, 3 headshots.
To be honest, though, like, yeah, Summer gets 3 pretty critical frags there, but I just want to say, I think all of TYLOO have an impact on that round by being able to take all of that map control. Danking coming around behind, finding KNTZ, the guy that's sort of on the lurk, slowly gets one as Beyond's coming into the site there as well. And it's really, a lot of that is down to TYLOO and being able to get that fast rotation into the A bomb site. That's why that sort of is possible for someone to actually even get those kills to begin with.
Well, this is going to come down to a case of timing at the moment. Who's going to come out on top? Danking to re-aggress over the smoke, but Olivia's just been watching that like an absolute hawk, and don't know how Danking fell for that, knowing that the AWPer was going to be there, but he does. And I feel like Beyond have done very well actually from a lot of these positions where they do get the first frag on these buy rounds to slowly convert the round from here. This time Summer going to be trying to play nice and close.
Well, Beyond Esports did deal with this last round pretty nicely when somebody was trying to hold close. Looks like Beyond are going to be committing to long, though, this time. So QQ is just going to have to go around this corner on his own, if he does even decide to at all. Starting to back away. Samar pulls the trigger, and he's got the timing right by the looks of things. He does just get in behind QQ. Has heard him rotate off.
This is huge, because now TYLOO, they're all going to be on this B bomb site. They can drop all this defensive utility, and Beyond had to commit through a smoke.
22 seconds. There's a molly on short. They can't go through it at the moment. They're going to have to wait. They pop the smoke down. Slowly drop the bomb. There's 15 seconds. They have to get to Monster Tunnel, get the bomb, and plant. It's just not going to happen. That's... Oh, my God. Devastation for Beyond Esports, and it's all off of another nice push from TYLOO.
Yep, and it's just Summer just chilling there, just waiting patiently, just listening to the sound cues. He finds the timing of his life, and that really is the timing of the life, because QQ God just comes out, unfortunately, or it slides out at the wrong time, and then from that point onwards, it's just Rifles just slaughtering everyone down. So final round of the half, it is going to have to be a force buy from Beyond, and it's not looking like a pretty force buy. A MAC-10, 2 Deagles, a Techie, as well as the god-awful Galil. I'd rather have probably a Tech 9 here, as well as a bit more utility. But hey, you do you, Olivia. Let's see what impact you can have for the Galil, as it is going to be Summer once again in the right position.
Yeah, so he's in a nice spot as well. He'll be flashed in here and does take the head off of QQ, but largely the trades have actually gone to Beyond Esports.
Oh.
If Attacker falls here, the B-bomb side is open, but he holds strong and so does Danking. That's the end of the half. It looked like Beyond were going to make a nice comeback, but in the end it was TYLOO that came back at the end of the half. 10-5 the scoreline favoring TYLOO.
Excuses for it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my space. These emotions on my face, taking a toll, I gotta pay it for. I give it all that I can. No matter what, I won't let up. It's in my soul, it's in my blood, and I won't take no for an answer. It don't hurt me.
Rising of the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Never letting go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah, Messiah. Gonna let it burn. 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 Found me in the darkness. Now they see me shining. Calling me a goddess. Thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster. Making my way back, I'm close to home. I'm fighting harder, because I've come to claim my throne. Never letting go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the
10-5 is the scoreline. It's TYLOO up against Beyond Esports here in ESL One Cologne, the first game of the Asia region. And TYLOO, the back-to-back winners of DreamHack, the winners of pretty much everything in the Asia region of late.
Except Road to Rio.
Everything that matters. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But that was a long time ago, Kevin. Anyway, they're off to a good start. And I dare say they're going to continue that ball rolling here in the second half. Pistol round looks like it's just going to be the old Glock train rolling out on the long area up towards A.
Yeah, Olivia should be able to hear all this out. And now you can see Beyond actually starting to slowly probe in to the B site. So Olivia's going to back out, take toilets control. This is very bold and brave. Considering there could be 1 or 2 Ts over here, but he's going to thread the needle nice and easily. Straight into bathrooms, maintain a bit of control for the CTs rotating through, should they decide to choose to rotate through there. And QQ, now's the fight of his life.
Yeah, and he's not going to be too happy about how that's panned out. Slowly has got himself a double kill so far. Now it's time for somebody to strike. He's coming up the back of Connector, and Myrolls should be his prey. Not going to have too much luck, unfortunately, but hey, Slowly's on for the 4K in this round. He's always quite impressive with the pistols. Myrolls is just going to book it down long.
Yep, he's on for the 4K. He grabs it. 3
Slowly's
HP, doesn't matter.
pretty sharp.
He's pretty good at this game. Who would have thought?
1.06. I can't believe the odds have barely even changed since we started. It was 1.07 when TYLOO didn't even have a single round. Now they're up 10-5 at the half.
Yeah, because those are pretty good odds. It's like, it's not completely over just yet. You got to remember, it's CT side. One was it Beyond win the pistol.
Yeah.
TYLOO look a little bit lackluster on that T side. You can kind of go from there and draw a conclusion.
Maybe.
But this time around, it is just going to be the pistol round that's coming forward from Beyond. Just a full eco. Deciding which side to walk into, but they might be walking into their own demise with the stack at the moment.
Yep, they are.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Just a couple of USBs. Can't complain about that at the end of the day. You can't be looking to do eco damage all the time.
No.
Tried forcing something, didn't work out. Here comes the gun round. Org in the hands of Myrolls. Famas in the hands of QQ. What's going on here?
Well, Myrolls is playing okay at the moment, to be honest. So, let's see what we can get done with the Org. It's pretty imperative, though, for Beyond to win probably a couple of gun rounds in a row here. Otherwise, TYLOO is just going to be putting them on that precipice of getting economy reset, if not just grabbing the round win themselves. Somebody's locked very, very far up behind this smoke.
Oh, he's dropping the molly in the right position as well. That's going to force Olivia into a bit of a difficult fight. Should be traded out by QQ in all honesty.
Nade stack goes on to Toxic Barrels, but it won't do too much damage. That smoke's going to fade favorably for Olivia, one would think. He's sitting a little bit closer than somebody is.
Just patience at the moment coming out from Olivia. He's able to get out, but I think for somebody, he's going to be more than happy with that. At the end of the day, maybe actually probing forward, gets the pick on the summer. That's not an easy pick whatsoever, and he's actually managed to slide out of Underpass, get this critical pick. He's got a lot of control right now for Beyond. Now that kind of forces TYLOO into a bit of a poor situation where they're forced to execute onto the B site, or to go back and try to deal with Olivia, and that's going to be a question of where the hell Olivia is right now.
Could be anywhere, and somebody's chosen the wrong direction. He's gone towards Playground, which, to be quite honest with you, is not a bad decision. You'd ordinarily think the CT might start to float back towards his safe territory, but instead, Olivia went all the way into T-spawn.
Oh, they're letting the time tick down so much, though, Jordan. Like, all it takes is a couple of good picks coming in from the CTs,
Or a couple of good picks from the T side, Kev. They've walked right in. Attacker's gotten a crucial one on the QQ. They'll need more here, though. He's going to drop, slowly tries to salvage it, but can't. That's the bomb plant denied. There was almost a moment there for TYLOO. If Attacker would have won that second aim duel. But that's the issue with letting it go so late. If you do lose that aim duel, your round's over.
Yeah, and you had to take one gun out for the bomb plan as well. Beyond had a perfect read exactly what was going on thanks to Olivia. Sure, he only got one kill, But that was the most critical kill of all, where he's able to get so much map control, kind of force TYLOO into a bit of a unwinnable situation. And then it was just up to the rest of the boys on SDK as well as KNTZ, just to get the good kills. KNTZ looking like that's the lineup. Taka barely taking any damage, and he's just straight through. Close ball, ready to take the fight over to Beyond. Myrolls is going to get a nice early pick over at short. Looks like somebody was trying to pick up the pace.
Yeah.
But stopped flat in his tracks.
It's pretty unfortunate for TYLOO because having a player sitting in sandbags or just sort of pressuring short would be quite nice if they're going to take this slow walk into the A bomb site. Maybe it starts to draw a rotation or it keeps an extra player on the B bomb site at least. But now Beyond have that freedom to do what they want. And Olivia's set up perfectly, but is traded down by Attacker. And unluckily for QQ, he's not able to get across onto long. Bomb plant here will be possible. Maybe not. KNTZ is not being covered off right now. TYLOO letting it slip again a little bit, but they do bring it back again, courtesy of Attacker.
SDK, though, one person quite low, and he's pushed out just at the right time, but he can't find the low HP member. It's Attacker who's going to come out on top. 3 kills in the round for Attacker, opening up the entry, then trading out quite efficiently. And that's a disaster situation for Beyond because the loss bonus isn't there just yet. And now they have such a tricky situation where they're kind of forced into, you can't really buy too many pistols, otherwise you're going to hamper your next buy. If you force up now, it's definitely not an ideal situation. So you're going to have to cop like a really rough eco. Well, maybe a couple of pistols here, a bit of utility right now. But you have to concede around where it was looking so good, where it was looking like the chance that you can make this comeback on the CT side. The rounds are starting to dwindle away.
Yep. So's the money. Somebody's just going to be left to his own devices again on B, and he's going to walk his way in. This is interesting prospect, you know. It's quite strange. The rest of TYLOO are playing so passive, and somebody is playing aggressive onto B, which is going to give up an AK. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Either way, TYLOO will use that information to start working their way up into bathrooms.
But if they take a little bit too long, then Beyond can definitely get into the right position as well. So Summer's just lining up that molly for, I believe it is for truck. Attacker's in the position just to try to seal away. Might be for jump up, actually. But the CT smoke is going to be used, and the boost has been spotted out. But not in time for at least Myrolls to get another pick from Bank, and he's pushing out even further as well. This is some great stuff from Beyond. They're doing damage at the moment. The economy for the T side is not being built up.
TYLOO is definitely being made to work for these rounds.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much whether they're scrounging through or they're just going through with 5 guns alive. 14-6, Beyond Esports have nowhere left to turn, really. Doesn't matter if they're getting it close. End of the day, they need rounds. They're not getting them.
So potentially the final roll of the dice at a proper gun round for Beyond, but even you look at this gun round at this stage, they don't have an AWP, they have a FAMAS in their hands of QQ. Utility, they're out of incendiary grenades, they have to juggle and rotate these smokes so carefully, and it looks like they are going to be probing over to the short B area. Don't know if Summer spotted this one out.
Ooh. It's a bit cheeky from Olivia trying to throw something in the mix. Summer is really under pressure here, challenging hard, but he's getting wrapped on. No, he's not. Olivia won't decide to go through the smoke. It doesn't matter, though, because QQ with the FAMAS has gotten 1, which incidentally also doesn't matter because it's the B bomb site hit that TYLOO are more interested in than anything else up on the A bomb site.
Molly's also locking them out, and look where somebody is at the moment. He's rotating from behind at this stage. He's going to catch most of the CTs with their pants down as they're trying to reboost up. It's all down to, once again, timing at the moment. The flashbangs, the utility use is good. And Myrolls, why is he looking behind him? Manages to catch out somebody off guard. And now it's all of a sudden.
Slowly, he can make the difference here. He's caught Myrolls. He only has to look in a couple of angles. It's not too easy for him at all. But Dan King now faces a 2-on-1 as opposed to a 4-on-1. And that's a shot. KNTZ, it was almost a drive-by attempt from him. But, well, Dan King, a sharp shot indeed. Both Olivia and Dan King will go down to the bomb. TYLOO 15-6.
How does slowly get away with getting so many picks there? TYLOO, I had a feel like I thought they were going to win that round 100% for sure, thanks to somebody pushing from behind. But Myrolls just watching through the edge of the smoke, gets rewarded for that. All of a sudden, TYLOO's aggression then backfires on them. slowly bails him out of such a terrible situation. He was the slowest starter on the CT side. I felt like he only had a couple of kills on the CT side, but he's really exploded now.
True to his name.
Yep.
Yeah, slowly. I don't know. I think he's the kind of guy that never really falls out of the game. He can have a slower start or a slower finish, but he's always there. He's always able to make an impact.
I feel like this is the part where I make the meme. It's like, I'm no longer best friends with Jam Young.
Yeah,
Slowly, he's now my new best friend as a consistent player, and he's just continuing the good work once again. But this time can't convert into the second kill, which means that TYLOO actually had a numbers deficit, as well as the package being lost in a bit of an open area.
To be honest, I wouldn't call you crazy if you did decide that you wanted to have Slowly as your best friend. By the way, Summer has a 1-on-3 ahead of him. TYLOO are not making this easy for themselves, are they?
Just losing a couple of individual aim deals and not really being in the position to trade out. Maybe just slipping towards the end here. But if Summer gets the timing right, could find the A site, has a full belt of utility as well. And KNTZ, is he going to expect this? Is Summer going to use utility, or is he going to walk out dry?
Ooh. Well, even if he does walk out dry, he's going to win the duel. Smoke's going to go down, but Summer should get this bomb plant now. Where does he go from here? That's the real question. Back in toward bathrooms. And in doing so, it has to be aware of STK, who's low from us in hand. That's another aim duel won by Summer. It costs a lot of HP. But now it's a winnable round for him. Myrolls is just going to smoke the bomb.
But surely you can't stick this without a kit. You're going to be so scared of Summer peeking out. And Summer's just going to play the time at the moment. He might work this to perfection at this stage.
Yeah,
and I think time's ticked away too much. Myrolls has to stick on this. Smoke's going to fade. That's it.
That's the round over. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be the most anticlimactic finish you've seen to a round of Overpass. Myrolls gets the kill, but he can't win the round. 16-6 is the scoreline as TYLOO pick up Beyond's